Hi everybody, it's Claire back with another art journal video for ScrapFX design team. Today I'm working in my large Dilutions journal and I've already added a layer of gesso to both pages. Next I am using some rice paper from ScrapFX. One is the numbers rice paper and the other one is a text rice paper. I'm just sticking these down using some gel matte medium. You can see that I've arranged them on the page first. This was just quite haphazard really. There wasn't any plan to how these went on the page. I just tend to go with what feels right and what balances the page out. It's a bit of an instinctive process. Next I am using the Crazy Circle stamp, also from ScrapFX, and some archival black ink. I have just re-inked my ink pad, so it is showing up quite well. Also, I'm using the square collage stamps. They're from ScrapFX as well. They come with two, a smaller one and a larger one. And I was going to use the leaf one as well, but decided it didn't need it. So once I'd dried this page carefully, then I decided I just wanted to push this background away a little bit. So using my finger and a little bit of gesso, I'm just adding some gesso to the edges of the pieces that I put on the page. So I also got some Amsterdam acrylic paint for Christmas. I'm starting to collect them. I really like this paint, it's lovely. So first of all I used Azo Yellow Medium, and then this is Permanent Red Violet. If you watch my channel you'll know this is one of my favourite colours. And this one is Turquoise Green. These three colours always work really nicely together, because obviously they will blend really nicely because the pink and the turquoise make a lilac, the blue, the turquoise and the yellow make a nice green colour, so it all blends really well. So before it dried I then used the Zebra Circle stencil from ScrapFX and a baby wipe and just removed some patches of stenciling from the background. My baby wipe was quite wet, so in some places I had to go back and dab over it. I think as you get to the bottom of a packet of baby wipes, sometimes they're either really dry or really wet. This one was very wet. So next I'm using some titanium white paint. This is from Amsterdam Acrylics as well, and the number collage stencil. I'm just pushing the colours into the background a little bit more because I wanted my focal points to stand out on the background. Didn't want the background to be too busy. So there's quite a lot of layers gone into this already. That's one of the great things about mixed media art journaling, is adding loads and loads of layers into your pages. It's great fun. And sometimes you do wonder why you started off with the layers that you had, because you can't see them anymore, but you know they're there. So then these figures, you'll see them as they get the black paint on them. These are Arty ladies. These are from ScrapFX, and these ones were on white cardstock, and I decided that I didn't want them white, I wanted them to be black. So I'm just using some Dina Wakley black paint and a blending tool, and just adding some paint to these figures. And then we've got these two little collage elements. One is black and one was white, and I wanted them both to be black. So again, I'm just adding some black paint to that. So I wanted these little elements to sort of sit behind the ladies. So here I'm just sort of auditioning the pieces where I'm deciding where I'm going to put them. And this was the one that I went for. So then to stick these things in, I used some gel matte medium and just popped them down where I wanted them to be. And then I'm using a Versacraft white ink pad. You can see that I'm a bit scruffy. It's gone a bit grey, but it still works. I'm just adding a little bit of white text to the black figures. Now these letter shapes, these are chipboard letter shapes, also from ScrapFX, I've picked out 2 words from my quote, and I'm just popping them on where I think they're going to go. Then using a white gel pen, this is a Uniball, Signo Uniball, I'm just outlining the figures in a sketchy way, not keeping it too neat, just to help them pop out from the page a little bit. And then I decided that I wanted to add a few dots just to try and ground the little collage floral elements that I'd added. Each figure had a fluorescent pink heart. And then I painted the chipboard shapes using the permanent red violet Amsterdam acrylic paint. My daughter had just done my nails for me, so I didn't want to get paint on them, so that's why I've got the glove. If my nails hadn't just been freshly done, then I wouldn't have been too fussy about getting my hand painty. But there we go, so that explains that. So they needed a couple of coats of paint to be nice and opaque, but I liked how they turned out. Gave them a quick dry. Now I felt that I needed or wanted to add some more of these sort of mandala type shapes onto the page, just so that those 3 that were down there didn't look like they were lonely. So using a Tracy Scott stamp, I just added a couple more to the page. Now this is a hot melt glue gun, so I'm just using that to add these letters onto the page. I think if you had a thick gel medium, that would probably work quite well. Or even like a PVA glue, I'm sure that would work too. But this was nice and handy, so I just thought I'd use this to stick these letters in. And some more dots. I'm dot crazy. Don't think you can have too many dots. And then time for the rest of the quote. A woman who knows her worth is unstoppable. And then I had this crazy idea that I was going to add some shadows to the word woman, and I thought I'd use this brush pen. It was so tricky. I wished I'd not started it, but anyway, I did, and I got to the end. It was okay. I don't know that it really made a great deal of difference, but hey-ho. Then I decided I would use a fluorescent pink paint and just add some pink splatters to the page, just to finish it off. And then I'm outlining those pink hearts in the white pen again. And there we go, there's the finished page. So thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video.